Have you ever wondered if a simple perspective shift could transform your life? In today's video, I'm going to invite you into my 90-day gratitude challenge. Join me to see if doing daily gratitude can actually make a difference. Join me as we uncover whether daily gratitude affects or changes your life. Welcome back to my channel. Don't forget to subscribe as we embark on this 90-day challenge. So here's my experiment. One of the things I really like to do in life is experiment with different things that I see on Facebook or see on YouTube, or just inspiration or intuition, like my random idea about putting my TV on my refrigerator. If you want to know more about that, link below on changing habits. But back to what we're talking about today, and that's my 92 days of gratitude challenge. So back to the gratitude. I have heard that and different things. I even mentioned it in the sleep hygiene video below. That is recommended. I've seen different things about how affirmations activate a different part of your brain. I saw it someplace on Facebook, but I don't know. I have tried affirmations. I've never necessarily stuck with it. I do know that there is scientific evidence that during the editing process, I wanted to fact check the 90-day theory. So in doing that, I found some interesting information. So I wanted to share that with you. I'm going to do a quick overview. I will have a different link on how I find scholarly information. See, each time I do this, I get a different AI overview. This one is confirming what I said. It says new habits or lifestyle change, but then it does also say scientific research does not support. So that's very interesting. So every time I've done this before a couple of times, and in the video, anybody wants to watch my looking for credible sources or to do your own research, because I'm all about educating and promoting education. I have another video on that. So I've seen this developing lasting habits. So the 2190 rule, from what I gathered from the research, is 21 days to create a habit, and then 90 days to, I think it was, have a lifestyle change, which is interesting because depending upon where I end up putting this in my challenge video, around the 68th day is when I was struggling to want to keep doing it. So this one is saying that the average time it takes is 66 days. So I found that interesting when I found that before too. So you can Google the same thing or something to that. Those keep coming up with the 2190-day thing. So I just wanted to clarify and fact check that for you. What I wanted to do is I wanted to see if I could make space for doing YouTube, honestly. And I knew that was what was on my heart, that I knew that I was really good at Pinterest, and I'm not saying I'm an expert at Pinterest at all, but Pinterest got me through some really rough times. And if you're interested in knowing more about how Pinterest got me through, I can make a video on that. The 90-day challenge. For some reason, my intuition on my heart, I had it on my heart that I could try this gratitude thing for 90 days. And in that, besides, it shouldn't take, in my head, it shouldn't take that long to write down something, pick something. But for myself, I had to be different. I couldn't just put, I'm thankful for my house, I'm thankful for my car. I couldn't do that every day, for 90 days. That wasn't gonna, I set out with the goal to do it something different. A couple of them are around sleep. I was thankful for my bed, or I was thankful for rest. Those are all different things, but somewhat similar. So that was okay. So I did that. And it's been beautiful. Like, that was kind of another thing to do with like the habits thing. That definitely the next video, if you haven't seen that one, check that one out once I drop it. I don't know what order you're gonna watch this in, but um it that has I guess now that I think about it, I guess maybe my expectation, maybe the experiment. I'm curious if anybody else takes me up on my 90-day challenge, what you get out of it. It wasn't what even picking the titles, like they're like, it'll change your life. Like, I couldn't pick those because I don't necessarily know if it changed my life, but it provided what I was looking to do. And what I was looking to do with the gratitude challenge was to be in a mindset and a heart of gratitude in embarking on this new adventure of making YouTube videos. So I wanted to create space. So I'm trying to finish my bachelor's degree in psychology. My daughter and I struggle. So, and I don't even know how to label or classify. I'm trying to go no contact with my dad, at least. I would like to spend time with my mom, but the energy is just, that might be, if you want to know more about those things and you want videos on that, let me know and I will definitely make those videos. I don't know how to classify that yet. So I'm on this journey with you. I don't have all the answers, but I'm willing to be the window into experiments and encouragement. That's a huge thing that I'm here to do, is to give you tips and tricks, and that you can be a witness and see if that helps, be a witness to my life to see if that helps you. So we're going to call it that for now. But I just wanted to share that it's been cool. I did it on Pinterest, and the link for my 90 days will be below. I haven't yet decided exactly what I'm going to do going forward. I might do one when I think of one, but my goal was to do it 90 days straight. So if you're looking for what I did, is for 90 days after I did this business building seminar that inspired me to do this, I'm like, how am I going to fit this into my already crazy busy life when I'm already not sleeping? Again, that's why the sleeping video might be a great one to watch next. I wanted to keep the momentum. I was super pumped after the thing. So if you've ever done that, where you're super pumped after something and then it just kind of dies, well, I didn't want this to die because this resonated with me. That I've been to so many different business things and they all like fizzle out and don't work out. So I had never dreamed of being on YouTube. That was not a dream of mine. But I've always had this wanting to share and encourage others. Like, I can remember when I was younger, they would always tease me because I was always in the bathroom and they were like, why are you talking to yourself? I'm not talking to myself. Who knew that this was, so it dawned on me when I was listening to this thing. And that I've heard that from other people that are speakers, or they're like, everybody always asks them what they wanted to do when they grew up, and they're like, I don't know. Well, I tried that. I got myself a little title. I was a hairdresser. I did that. That was something I could do. That, like, you know what, when somebody's a hairdresser, you know what that means. So I filled that box, but now I'm trying to do something different. And this resonates with me. So I didn't want to squash it by saying, well, I'm too busy. I might have a video eventually, something to do with that, and it'll be linked below once I put that one up. I haven't figured out what I want to do with that one yet, but if something is important to you, I've always had the ability I've always known. I've never heard anybody tell me that they couldn't. If you really want something in life, you usually always find a way to do it. So this one I was a little bit leery on because I'm not a big sitter like watching. I'm old school. I watch TV. Like I don't necessarily watch YouTube, but I'm getting there. So my kids still probably are making a face that I'm even attempting this. So anyway, my gratitude thing. So I wanted to put all these things together, and I'm like, okay, so if I can make time to do this gratitude thing, and I wanted to do it on some kind of social media that would have some traction, not necessarily visibility. I knew that it wasn't gonna, that wasn't, my goal wasn't to be a big Pinterest star. That was not my goal. My goal was to have it out there and it be witnessed, and that there be no stress, that I could do it at a level with no stress. So however you want to do your 90-day gratitude, you want to do it on Facebook, you want to do it on Pinterest, you want to do it on what you want to do it on YouTube and post them below, I'll watch them. Whatever you want to do, whatever, if you want to write it in a notebook and not share with anybody, if that's where the least stress is for you, by all means. But that was my goal. My goal was to see if I could create time to do this enough that I could do all the things I need to do with YouTube and everything else. So I don't know if the gratitude part, I mean, it was interesting trying to think of something different. That was a good challenge that I gave myself. It did help me create the time, and I also want to put out there that it wasn't perfect. There was a couple days here. I never went more than a day without doing it. So I probably maybe missed 10 days not in a row, but of course over the course of 90 days. So don't get down. I want to put that out there. I say that because I don't want you to get down if all of a sudden like you fall asleep or you don't get it done one day. Just pick it back up. See if you can get to the end of the 90 days, even if it takes you half a year. I was pretty excited that I was determined that I think having the idea of me wanting to do this, like create space, so maybe that's another way to create a good habit. I know my other video has to do with, I guess it is creating a good habit, but it's more of like getting rid of something. This was something I wanted to start. So this is like a starting thing. If that resonates with you, if there's something that you want to start, I've heard repeatedly that having a heart of gratitude, being in that energy, in that space, is what propels you to start, or I don't want to say maybe that was inspiration. Maybe that was inspiration behind, maybe that was the energy behind my other video that I don't even know. Like some of these things I don't even know. I started that process, the one that in the video that I have linked below, that was during the 90 days. So maybe there's more to it than I'm seeing. I guess that's the takeaway. Maybe if you've ever done it, maybe not for 90 days, but if you've ever done some kind of gratitude thing, maybe what we were looking for, maybe we didn't think it was working because we didn't get the result we were looking for. Like the gratitude part, I got a result. I'm doing this and I've made time. Like I wanted to not have to jump into another business stressed out and having to have all these deadlines. That was what I did not want, because that will kill it so fast. And because I really believe that there's something in this for me to do for the world, not just for myself, but there's something for me to share. I believed that if that was true, this would happen. But I had to figure out how to get from not doing it to become and to be here. So that's what the 90-day gratitude challenge, that's what that's all about. Is there something where you really want to get to someplace else? I wanted to get to see if I could do YouTube, if I could make the videos, have enough inspiration, have enough stuff to encourage other people with. Do I have enough to do that? Those are all the questions that I had, and can I technologically do it all? So I thought, first of all, since the 90 days thing is a scientifically backed thing, that felt doable. Like, if I was going to undertake such a thing, that I could do that in 90 days. Or at least have something. If I couldn't figure it out in 90 days, or if the passion went away, then I knew that maybe it wasn't. But I'm here today, and I've done the 90 days, so I highly recommend, if that's something that resonates with you, or even if you just wanted to do it. There was probably maybe 2 weeks ago where I was just like, I mean, I've done this for like 70-ish days or 65 days. I think it was like around the 68th day mark. I'm just like, oh my goodness, like, I just want to be done with this. I'm just done doing this. So having this YouTube thing as my basis for posting it, I think was a good motivation. So however you want to do that, but that was the experiment that I've tried. I've tried different like life skills classes or whatever, and they wanted you to read all these affirmations in front of a mirror. I think I did it for a couple days. I don't know. So it's interesting. I'm happy to have a conversation. I guess in my head, I just wanted the gratitude challenge. Like, I guess I've always thought that the gratitude challenge should be more. Like, everybody's always making it to be, and that's why I didn't want to put that in my title. That everybody wants to make it like, it will change your life forever, or do all this, like, all these big words. But then I think that makes me feel like I did not get to where that vision was. Of like whatever that's supposed to be. And that's technically not the essence of doing a gratitude challenge. The gratitude is just to be grateful for what you have. So that's why the energy seemed wrong to me. So that's why I achieved the goal I was trying to do with having the heart intention of gratitude. And I think going forward, if something stands out, and this is the reason why I'm going to do that. Because on the 69th or 68th day, I did look back, and I think that one was the artistic one. I'll link my board in there too. So it was a beautiful reminder of what I've done in the last 90 days. And then it's a great, almost like a memory keeper, especially since I did it on Pinterest. But however you want to do it, I like scrapbooking, so this is beautiful to me, and that's why I picked Pinterest to do this. So it was a beautiful, I can go back and remember what I was doing then. I can remember why I posted that, and I put some description and story in with it, just so I did that for myself. I wanted it to be an example for somebody else, but I also did it for myself. It was just something that I was called to do. So, an experiment too. That's one of the things I've always loved to do, is like, okay, so I've heard this 90 days. 90 days you can break a habit. 90 days you can do this, that, and the other thing. And then I heard that having a heart of gratitude helps. I'm sure it's helpful for a lot of things. I'm really into this whole energy thing. That's always been important to me. I've always had that feeling. I can feel like some energies are wrong. Long story. that'll be a whole nother video. Anyway, so I put them together. I'm like, let's experiment. Let's see if I can do this for 90 days so I can make space, because it's going to take me time to do this gratitude thing. Can I make space to do that? And if I do that, what will happen? I'm not very scientific when it comes to my experiments. I learned that through psychology classes, like all the different like requirements and what they want you to do. I just want to do it. Like, so I'm like, okay, 90 days sounds good. Gratitude sounds good. Let's put it together and see what happens. That's my idea of an experiment. So I hope that was helpful. And I just wanted to celebrate finishing 90 days of the gratitude challenge. And I hope you take me up on it. And I hope to hear your perspectives on the 90-day challenge and how it's working for you. And if it does change your life, I'd love to hear a comment or a video, or do a video comment. I don't know if you can do that, but I would love to hear your experience, and if it totally fell flat or somewhere in the middle, like kind of like I feel like mine's in the middle, but I feel like it was what I put out, what I set out to do. I think it did accomplish. I think I accomplished that. It just wasn't how I wanted it to look. Even though how I wanted it to look, I don't have a picture of that. I don't know if it's some kind of like Disney fairy tale picture or what. I don't know. I'm stuck on happily ever after. That might be a video. I have a snippet of it in a different video. If I find the snippet, I'll put like, not the snippet of the video, but the video below. But I might just make a whole video on that. If you want my happily ever after soapbox, I can give you a happily ever after soapbox. Just putting it out there. I'll see you next time.